the contaminants, things that cause us to be contaminated. Because you're purifying something that's got something that's contaminated. Correct? So how do we get to a point that we get ourselves to redemption? How do we get ourselves to getting ourselves that we can obtain this precious blood? By your obedience. Not by miracle working, by your obedience. Seeing you purified your soul because it's precious and obeying the truth. That's how the blood operates. That's how we take this blood transfusion. You don't have to go to the hospital, get hooked up, get an IV in your arm. When you take on obedience, you already connected. When you obey, you already hooked up to the powerhouse. God's power is the powerhouse.
That's right.
Listen, seeing we purified your souls.
And obeying the truth.
Through love.
Through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren.
Unpretended.
That's right.
People don't realize how precious that is. Any way you do and you have about God can't be a fake, phony way.
Amen.
He said through love unfeigned. It ain't even pretended. A lot of people, that it's pretended. When you got this thing and you purify yourself, it can't be no made up, no additives.
That's right.
No preservatives. Ain't that right? Got 100%. It's got to be because it's through the Spirit. Ain't that right? You taking off all the fake and phony ways. Ain't that right? You took off all the illusions now. You got it to its purest form and its purest state now. Because you're looking at redeeming your soul. One statement that was made was not biblical, was written, I think, by Shakespeare, to thine own self be true. Seeing you purified your soul and obeying the truth. Through the Spirit, through love unfeigned of the brother. See that you do what?
See that ye love one another.
How?
With a pure heart, fervently.
It would only make sense if you get yourself to a state of being, from being contaminated to pure, then everything you do got to be pure and righteous. Everybody in here watching, consider your soul. Don't keep laboring and going through here and keep doing things the wrong way. Once you hear, you do better. You can't do something you don't know. Once you've been taught, once you can identify what it is you need to do and what's required of you, that's what you got to walk in, because it's pleasing, it's something in the sight of God. Don't hold to longevity or how long you've been doing things. You got to turn the day you hear it, the day you get the information, the day you learn it. There's got to be a changing. And when that change is going to come in, it's got to be a doing now, because you got to remember something. Your soul going to be required. All this information you've been given, and this is something I want you to think about for those that are in school or dropped out or whatever, some people might remember. At the end of each semester, they give you what's known as a final exam. And usually what the final exam will consist of is things you've been taught through the whole semester. And you know, a lot of people get stuck at it. They be sitting there saying, I know it, I can't think about it. Because you didn't think nothing about it. But every semester at the end, people get stuck at the same thing. I should have been paying attention. I should have been taking my notes. I should have been going back over this stuff, because I already know I'm going to be tested on it. Some of them get tested every Friday in class, and they still wind up coming up never making 100. Because they always forget it's coming back up again. Every word that you're being taught is for a specific reason. You got to perfect your life in the sight of God in every aspect. Don't sit here and fall asleep because you've been baptized. That's a principle method. Don't sit here and say, I don't curse no more, I'm saved, and you still go to hell. Don't sit here and you start loving things and people and you still wind up going to hell because they are idol gods. You give service and time to other things and you do not give them to God. And sit right here and you go to hell and you wonder why. I was dressing right. I came to church. I was giving tithes and offerings. I gave on building for them. But you love some things more than you love God. None of you in here can protect your family. Brinks, ADT ain't never kept your house.
That's right.
Your car alarm ain't never stopped your car from getting stolen, low jack and nothing else.
That's right.
Nothing but God.
That's right.
Quit sitting around think you're doing so much and let God. Give him his glory and his praise and his honor.
Amen.
Every one of you, you hear, you living, and you breathe today just by the grace of God.
That's right.
Tomorrow, this might not be your testimony. Every word we've been given is to make sure you are sufficient when God called your name. When the Way of God church member leave here, ain't nobody fault but yours when you bust hell wide open. Because you cannot sit here and say you have not been taught how you ought to walk. You have not been taught you can't let things and people be a God in your life.
That's right.
Because those same things you labor to protect and watch over, the same thing God will curse and make sick and die.
That's right.
Because you love it more than you love God. You protect it more than you do your own soul salvation. Don't just set him and his word be a witness against you. Let it be a witness in your favor. Don't take this lightly, folks. It's time to get serious about your soul. That's good, brother. I appreciate y'all.
Amen.
Appreciate y'all.